People ask me, like, what is my superpower? And people ask me a lot that, what is my superpower? And believe me, my superpower is making a decision. You wait 5-10 seconds, then the devil comes in your head and the doubts comes, the fear comes, and then you start analyzing and suddenly like looking in the mirror right now and ask yourself, are you that person that talks and criticize everything, or is the one that doing it? Anybody who's listening to this right now, anything you want to touch, anything, do it. And I'm telling you, I wish you fell. Instead of talking, doing it, making the decision on the spot. Anything bad you do, it's gonna turn to worse. Anything good you do is gonna turn to better. Compound effect. Making decisions, quick decisions, if that shit becomes your superpower, I can guarantee you're unstoppable. Nothing will ever stop you. Welcome to the Mastering the Inner Wealth and Outer Wealth podcast. Today your host is Jarek Tadla, and the guest is me as well. And what are we going to talk? You know what? Today we're going to talk about a subject that is very, very deep in my heart. And it is, why you not hitting your goals? Why you not reaching your goals? You know, like you know where you want to go, and then why you are where you at. Or why you're unhappy, or why you're unsatisfied. And again, whoever is listening to, I just want to make sure this is my opinion. This is how I live my life. That's what worked for me. It's not, you know what I mean? There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. But here, the thing that I truly, truly do know is that people ask me, like, what is my superpower? And people ask me a lot that, what is my superpower? And believe me, my superpower is making a decision. And I gotta tell you, it cost me millions of dollars of making the bad decisions. But here what happened is I make a decision before you finish the sentence. By the time you finish the sentence, I make a decision. Sometimes you don't even finish. I say, yeah, I'm in, I'm out. And it's like, well, I did not even finish. When people get what they want to get, they're like, yeah, okay, they're happy. But Jarek, they're laughing. It's like, Jarek, I did not even finish the question yet. But I'm in. You in? Okay, they're happy. If people don't get what they want, of course, they're going to criticize it. And it's like a more kind of like fights. But I'm going to give you some examples through my life and, take some notes. And I'm going to jump in the chronological order, but it's truly, I'm going to start with, if you want to do something, whatever you want to do in life, I don't care. And then you talk about it because you don't want to fail, and you just talk about it, you read about it, you just constantly. Let me give you an example. I'm just trying. Let's say you want to start. Let's say you want to start Ironman. Perfect example. No. It. Let's say you want to do Ironman, but you want to start swimming. Hey, what happened is, okay, I'm going to start swimming. And then you're going to go get books. You're going to start reading how to be the expert, watch YouTube stories or this. And at the same time, another human being is going to just go in the pool and make a decision and swim. By the time you try analyzing, suddenly when you finish reading and you finish like analyzing the good and the bad of what is healthy for swimming and is not, the other is already swimming. That's the difference. I think it's the best way to, when the second it hits your brain, do it. Just do it. Do it immediately. Don't wait. Because what happened is the second you wait, like you wait 5-10 seconds, then the devil comes in your head and the doubts comes, the fear comes, and then you start analyzing and suddenly like, you're supposed to be in the water. That's how easy it is. I give you an example. Last week I was on the event, and I was in the event, and it was an amazing event, okay? But then somebody criticized the event. They never have done the event. Oh, they do this wrong, they do this wrong, they do this wrong, they do this wrong. And I just look at it. Of course, I didn't say anything because, that's not my place, or, you know what I mean? Or that's not my place, number one. And it's against my integrity. But I'm going, but they did it. And it doesn't matter how bad it was, but they did it. And then you have everybody bitching about it. Look in the mirror right now and ask yourself, are you that person that talks and criticizes everything, or is the one that doing it? Are you the talker or are you the doer? Which one you at? Which one you? Making decisions, doing this. Like I've been in real estate, guys. This is another one. And by the way, there's the two guys sitting right behind the camera, so I'm going to talk to them. I've been talking about real estate all the time. I know I talk about the inner wealth, invest in real estate, invest in real estate, invest in real estate. I've been doing it. I've been doing this for years, 33 years. But I'm doing it. And those behind the camera, they're talking about it. 6 months from now, a year from now, what is right, what is good, doesn't matter. Anybody who's listening to this right now, anything you want to touch, anything, do it. And I'm telling you, I wish you fell. Because when you failing, that's where you're learning the most lessons. And then you go back and do it better. If you buy a first real estate deal and you make thousands of dollars, then you curse for the rest of your life because you got lucky on the first deal and nothing else ever is going to compare to the one, and you screwed. When you're learning, it doesn't work out, and you're finding new solutions, that's when you grow. That's where you evolved. So stop searching. Stop. There's no book, there's no guru, there's no mentor that can save you the pain. I can tell you everything, like owning the boat. When I bought my first boat, everybody told me, Jarek, watch out for this, watch out at the maps, watch for shallow water. Like, dude, they gave me all the blueprint how to ride the boat. Okay, I got it. When I first got it, when I had the shallow water, I ripped the engine, and it cost me $40,000 to fix it. Did I learn the lessons? Even though I heard 100 times. The same thing in real estate. The same thing in Ironman, the same thing in marriages. I'm on my third one. Fuck that shit. I did it all the time. Nobody can prepare you for that. Instead of talking, doing it, making the decision on the spot. There's another one. When people are like, I was a swimmer, right? And I didn't want to swim because when I finally quit swimming, I thought that I lost my childhood because of swimming. But I was biking and swimming. I was biking and running all the time. And at that time, my wife goes like, "Why don't you do Ironman? Why don't you do Ironman?" I'm like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to swim again. I hate swimming because of the when I was a child, I swim 6 hours a day." Guess what happened? And I'm like, okay. I was thinking, okay, Ironman. Okay. When I make the decision to make Ironman, guess the first thing I did? I shaved my head. And when they were shaving my head to the bald, I was registering for Ironman. Dude, I came back out. And they're like, what the f***? They start like shaving my hair. I'm like, no, f***. Too late. I'm in. But I could talk to everybody. I could read books. I can ask people they've done Ironman. Dude, f*** that shit. Make a decision and go. And if you fail, which I wish you fail, that's the lesson you're going to learn. Because the second time you do better. The second time, it's like that failing. Guys, I never learned shit from the wins. All the stuff that I ever learned in my entire life is from the failures, from my losses. But if you don't do shit, you sit on the sofa and you just, oh, I wish I throw the event, or I wish I buy real estate, or I wish I got into the business, or I wish I start my podcast, or I wish, which by the way, I got this one. If you guys watched my first recording or the first podcast, it was probably even those are still bad. But I don't care. I'm doing it, and if I help one person, it's gonna impact somebody. Stop talking, stop thinking, stop over-analyzing or even analyzing. Because then the fear comes. Let me give you an example. And I really want to give the example. For those who freaking snooze the shit out of the phones every morning. Can you imagine you starting the day, you put an alarm, you know what time you gotta freaking wake up. The first thing you do, you wake up and you're like, one more time, snooze. You starting the day, a day that you live 20 years, 30 years, 40, whatever your age you're in. You starting the day from breaking promise to yourself. And that's what we do with everything else. You think it's just a little snooze button? That's everything else you do. You do the same shit with the workout. One more franchise, one more McDonald's. I have not eaten 7 days. One more drink, 2 more drinks. Just a line of Coke. Just watch the porn. Yeah. Slowly but slowly. When you start breaking promises to yourself, I can guarantee you your life will turn upside down. Upside down. I start drinking at the age of 30. So then when I start drinking a lot, I'm like, wow, but I start late, so I gotta keep up with because I was good for so long. And suddenly I was drinking too much. The same thing with the bad situations, compound effect. Anything bad you do, it's gonna turn to worse. Anything good you do is gonna turn to better. Compound effect. But I'm telling you, making decision and follow through. And I made a lot of decisions. I'm telling you, a lot of decisions that I regret. That I made a decision. It's like, what the did I say yes to this at this point? But sometimes it's better to go and learn the lessons, because those lessons that I learned from their failures, it helps me with any other aspect of my life. If it comes to the physical, mental, emotional connections, relationships, businesses, anywhere, even food, anything, it just helps me out. So making the decision. And the self-sabotage will come. It will never, ever stop. But I'm telling you, you know what is I keep telling about the one thing. I better, when I start running or start walking or start doing any exercises, I better do 100 meters walk than sit on the sofa. Because the 100 meters is going to turn to 2 to 3 to 4. Sitting on the sofa is going to just watch you like a Netflix. And you're going to go on a Netflix spree. You're going to get fatter. Your brain's going to get lazier. On the walk, on the outside, in the nature, you get oxygen, you get everything, you got pumping, you got new idea, and that's where you get creative. Start making decisions. And make a lot of them. And don't regret. Making decisions, quick decisions, if that shit becomes your superpower, I can guarantee you're unstoppable. Nothing will ever stop you. And now you probably wonder, like, why are you scared of making the decision? You're asking your questions. Yeah, I want to make a decision quickly, but I'm scared. You're not the only one. We all have a fear of making decisions. Every human on this world, you are not the only one, is scared of making the decision. Where is the fear coming from? Because here what happens is, when you're comfortable with yourself, you don't give a f***. But if you're not, If you make the decision and you fail, that means that you are not enough. When you are not enough, you are not loved. And that's when the guilt, the blame, and the shame energy comes. So you said, it, I better be here, not be judged, and be comfortable, and just dream the life about, oh, I should, if I could, if I would. And you're here because you are scared. But if you make a decision, you go through it, even though you failed, you're still gonna be successful because you're gonna become different human being. And it starts with the small things. And when you go through the wall, the first making decision, the fear is like, it, let's do it. Guess what happened? The love starts, the freedom starts, the peace starts. And then you notice that you are the love, that you are the abundance. The self-confidence comes, self-esteem comes. So then when you're scared to doing another stuff, at least you go back. It's like, shit, but I do this. But let me try it here. It took my friends to put me on the podcast to start recording the social media like 6 years. 6 years. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm introvert. I'm horrible, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing it. But if you guys can imagine the social media not only helping people, how much it gives me, but the business opportunities it gives me, the doors it opens, that I never did this for that, it's unbelievable. And the lessons and the interview, you guys know the podcast that I do, I truly do it for you, but on the end of the day, that shit. I do this shit for me. I have the amazing guests right now that I can ask them, I can pick their brain for free. You know how hard it is to get to the people and have a lunch with them uninterrupted? You can go with somebody for lunch and be interrupted with their phone, with the waiter, with the food, with the restaurant. Suddenly, when you in somebody and you 1 hour or 45 minutes asking unfiltered questions and get the answer, get the perspective, enormous. But when I ever thought that there's gonna be results of it, no. When I bought my first fourplex, do you guys thought I'm gonna have thousands of units? No, I thought it was about first fourplex. I'm never gonna own more. It opens the door. And the second you open it, and the second you feel it after making the decision, not analyzing, everything starts. The flow, the love, the abundance, and life. So don't wait. Whatever you're struggling with, make a decision today, commit it, text somebody, tell them like, I'm doing this. Or you want to do Ironman, shave yourself. Or you want to do buy real estate, doesn't matter, I don't have money, I don't have resources. You will figure that out. Call the agent, call all the agents, call everybody, start finding deals, start talking to your friends about it. And suddenly your friends want to go on a deal with you. Make a decision, make it today, because today is the day, not one day. Today is day one. Love life.
Thank you for listening. Leave your comments and subscribe for more insights on mastering the inner and outer wealth.